me do my thing, then repeat. That's a flex. I love all my dogs. I can't do no vet. I drip all the time. I'ma leave a miss. I made up my mind. I can't shoot for less. Watch me do my thing, then repeat. That's a flex. I love all my dogs.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of UNCORK'D. We in that thing.
What it do?
So we're finna go around the room, introduce ourselves, and we gonna talk to y'all today.
I started off. It's your boy Corwin. Find me on Instagram, Pimp Daddy Corwin. We in this thing.
What's up, y'all? It's Arthur.
Hi, Arthur.
Hey, man, how you doing, man? I got IG and everything, but you know, I don't really post on it, so you should probably skip over that.
This is Jones. That's what my friends call me. Tap. That's what the people that don't know me call me. And today we got a special guest. Got his own podcast, and he gracing our house for the first time. Let them know who you is, man.
What it do?
95 IISSX on all platforms. 1/3 of Jacktown Classix. 1/4 of Act Accordingly.
Okay. It's coming soon. Cause y'all didn't talk about it last time on the pod.
Nah, we had to
Get the details.
shit, you know?
Yeah.
But it should be coming. Well, this come out. What day does it come out?
Don't know.
It should be out this week. I say that.
Okay. This might drop this week.
Yeah.
Might not.
At
We
the
don't
time
know.
of this recording this week.
But yeah.
At the time of this recording, yeah. So yeah, this week.
So no, what's the podcast about? The new one?
This one is gonna be heavily like relationship based, but not necessarily a romantic relationship, but like friendship, family relationship,
Gotcha.
all kind of stuff. We trying to give some type of insight so people can better understand each other. People from different backgrounds, walks of life, all that can better understand each other.
Yeah, that's my next question. So what's it? What's the demographics of it? Is it
Right now,
a male, female perspective, different race, or is it just all
right now
African American?
it's all African American, male, female, but like I said, it's not just romantic relationships. It's not just dating and all of that. It's, friendships,
Relationships,
with your
Titanic,
parents.
sailboat.
Yeah.
All type of ships.
All type of shit.
Motorboat,
Yachts.
rowboat.
Rowboats, skippers.
Well, speaking of ships,
A couple of people driving it. You know?
Jackson State just won the SWAC championship.
Swag champs.
So there's congratulations to the Jackson State Tigers.
Yeah, doing big things.
Yeah, congratulations to Deion Sanders.
Should do a Sanders.
Hold on. Say him again.
Should do a Sanders.
Did he throw 4
You
interceptions?
should have said that for
Yeah.
the other one.
Nah, we ain't gonna shame him like that, man.
Shame that,
That's
bro.
my quarterback, bro. That's my quarterback.
So, and congratulations on Jackson State and Deion Sanders snagging the number 1 recruit out of high school.
Big moves.
That is big, huge.
How big is it? No homo intended.
Picture Mount Everest. But nah, that's huge news, man. This is the first time that a number 1 recruit in the whole country in the history of high school sports has to come to Jackson State for 1, our conference for 2, and the FBS. So it's like- FCS, yeah.
FCS, yeah.
So it's like that is unheard of. So you know what I mean? That's dope. Like I said, and the great thing about this is hopefully it leads to other people doing that same thing.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna get more into it, but it's like this might open up the floodgates for people to be like, hey, I can get paid regardless of where I go now in college. Why not help the HBCUs out or help a conference out that don't get no shine, put them on the map, and now I'm seen as a legend. So a lot of these new recruits, and I knew going into this year, we got a bunch of recruits last year. We had our best recruiting class ever last year. So imagine what it's gonna be like this year. And that shit's probably gonna be even better.
Yeah.
We might get a couple of top 5s or a couple of top 25s in a couple of years. That's gonna be huge. They can go to LSU, they can go to Alabama, they can go to Clemson, they can go to Miami, they can go where the fuck they want to go and actually live a good college life. But that man chose to come to Jackson because of Stamps Burgers. What kind of shit is that?
Is that what he said?
Yeah. He said when they took him to Stamps Burgers,
He was sold.
he was sold.
Damn.
God,
He said he took one bite into it. He was like,
Ooh.
he said, "That's the best burger I ever
that
had."
should just took him to E&F.
I know, right?
I know, right? Yeah.
And then, you know, he visited, he took his visit on homecoming.
Really?
That's, that's
man.
another, that's
That's
another
tough,
level.
man.
Dude, it's one thing. So I seen like when he did the decision, this man is gonna be a character. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like in some way they planned this because I feel like did Deion go to Florida?
He went to Florida State.
Florida State, and that's who
He was
He
supposed
was
to go
committed
to.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they just had something to do with, with hey man, you got to do it. And I feel like Deion had something to do with that, with with the flipping and the whole just how it happened.
The man had a whole JSU shirt on the whole time.
Man, it was very entertaining. Like, cause he a cornerback, right?
Corner and receiver.
And receiver.
Cause if he was a receiver, he definitely gonna be a diva. Like, I think. I'm gonna say this: he gonna have some character.
Yeah.
Like, when he score, he gonna do his thing. Like he probably gonna dance or some shit. You know what
Now,
I'm saying?
here's
He
another
danced in
thing.
the game they played the other day. He did the Deion shuffle.
Oh,
They Deion they had Florida State actually passed up on Deion for head coaching. Y'all know that?
I remember that.
And that's why they kind of say it's revenge for Travis coming into Jack State instead of them, because they didn't hire Deion as a coach. And I guess now since Deion actually do good at Jack State, all these other coaches, I'm pretty sure that he'll interview for are like,
Oh shit.
we done messed up. 'Cause even if he can't coach, we know for a fact that he's gonna bring in top recruits.
Exactly.
And I still have a coaching staff that I can still develop that, the players. So now that's why everybody want Deion now. But again, they mad. A lot of people upset because they feel like Deion had a lot to do with it. Travis flipping on FSU and coming here.
Yeah. How you feel about it, Zay?
I would say, to be fair, I don't know if it's revenge. I just think it's just kind of Florida State was just wrong place, wrong time, because he grew up, according to him, he grew up idolizing Deion. So if this your favorite player, you trying to do everything like him, he went to Florida State, you gonna want to go to Florida State.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, shit, I can go to Florida State and be like him,
Or I can just go play.
or
for
I can
him.
just go play for him. And then all the other stuff as far as making history and all that shit, that's just a bonus.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he was committed to any school, I feel like he came anyway.
Yeah. How you feel about it, man?
I mean, from the outside looking in, because I went to the PWI.
Peace.
I think it's still a great thing, man. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with it. But I would say, how would y'all feel about like the whole Deion training him? Deion's prime time.
Yeah.
So that's top cornerback ever, right? I mean, to most people, he's top cornerback ever.
Yeah.
But I don't think really, because I haven't really saw any.
His highlight film.
I haven't really saw anything about the Travis guy, but
That nigga ball.
I saw that one catch that he made
Nah.
as he playing receiver, bro, and he got ups.
Cause
But,
like I be watching sometimes. Like I just be wondering like who the top players in the country. Because a lot of times I be seeing, I was like, these niggas ain't that good. That nigga is that good.
he's that good.
At least on the as far as wide receiver, I ain't really seen his DB highlights except for like a couple. But as a receiver, that nigga is that good in high school.
Like Deion said, sometimes you can just look at people and say that person has it.
It's the eye test,
And
man.
it's it. Yeah. Regardless of if it develops any further, they had a potential to be that dude. So you always gonna jump on that.
Shout out to Josh.
Well, I was just talking because Deion had that catch up speed. That's what made him a really great cornerback, because he was able to bait a quarterback into thinking that receiver was open, but he had that comeback speed, to catch up speed, I should say, to go in and make a play on it. You can't really teach that. So I would just kind of see, because like I said, I never saw the guy highlights, so I don't know if he has that speed either.
But I feel like it's still some, and I don't know nothing about football, y'all. But I feel like it's still some little things that some of the things teachable intangibles, if that makes sense. Like let's just use basketball for instance. Like if you guard a right-handed person, you contest with your left hand because it's on the same side because you facing them or something like that. It might be something that he can give him, as in Dion giving the recruit, some little small tips like that that can just push his game that much higher, which is something small that you just don't even think of.
And people sleep on Deion coaching staff are all NFL players, former NFL players, or people that been around the game for a long time. So they ain't even just Deion that you gonna be learning from. He actually learning from experienced NFL people. You know what I mean? So he got the tools to explore. And now here's the great thing: Jet State's been every game except one or two last year was on TV.
Yeah.
So I
think it's just except for that Valley game.
Yep, that's probably the only one. So now you don't have to worry about not having exposure or being seen by the NFL scouts and shit because they on TV every time now.
Yeah.
And now imagine knowing that we got the number one recruit. We're going to be on every game. Every game this year is going to be on TV. I really hope they would have won this bowl
Celebration
game.
Bowl, yeah.
They would have won that, then we really would have been in the game. But
Did y'all see the fuck shit that happened with that?
Nah, what happened?
So, y'all know we was ranked number 1 as far as HBCUs. I think South Carolina State was somewhere in there, but they record won by like 6 and 5.
Yeah.
FAMU was right behind us. So since we lost the Celebration Bowl, FAMU the HBCU national champs.
What?
Oh, well.
So it don't make sense, but they had a chance to actually play to be in a bowl game, right?
They played in the FCS playoffs.
Yeah, okay.
But they lost.
Yeah,
They
first round,
got
right?
demolished, if I'm not mistaken. I forget who they played, though. Southeast Louisiana. Beat the shit out of them. But whatever.
But some people say but I do want to say about the recruit. I want to talk about that too. But some people say if Florida State was in it, well, I was talking to my boy James. He said he feel like, he don't like. I ain't gonna say he don't like Dion.
Yeah.
He feels some type of way about Dion. Anyway, he feel like he said Florida State, HBCU Florida State. What's it, FAMU?
Yeah.
FAMU. I'm tripping. FAMU, it was in their position. If FAMU or Alcorn was in their position, they probably would have won that game at the Celebration Bowl. Which I don't necessarily agree with it, but I feel like we were just ill prepared in that.
We could have won that game. Back to back turnovers don't help nobody.
Yeah.
That hurt us big time. Them cats had 21 points and like 55 total offense yards.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. You're going to lose every game if you do that to somebody.
I mean, I didn't watch all the game, but I thought I saw a stat where it was like that third time getting the ball in the red zone.
Yeah.
Like they didn't start in the red. We said they started in the red zone
Every time.
when they in the offense came in.
God,
So
hey,
Turnovers.
that's tough, man.
Back to back. I'm like, God damn.
I'll say this. 2 of them wasn't completely on Shador because their offense need to go to the barbershop because they need a line. Because like 2 of them got tipped because of too much
Pressure.
penetration. So that's one. Now one of them, I think that fumble he had, that's just carelessness. Then defensively, I was telling James this. After this game, all 3 Sanders need to do some soul searching. Dion got flat out coached. Shador he played like trash, to be fair. Shiloh is a liability. He been a liability all season. He got that 1 pick, but then he tried that tackle. That running back bounced off him like a damn pinball. I wouldn't trust this nigga to wrap my gifts. He can't wrap up at all. Or he choose not to. I'm not gonna say he can't. He choose not to for whatever reason. Maybe he think he finna just come in there and blow a nigga up, but more times than not is
Man, but ain't he a freshman though, right?
Shador's a freshman. Shiloh is like a junior, a sophomore junior.
Because he came from
South Carolina.
Yeah.
To be fair, wasn't doing with South Carolina either. But
Yeah, that's true.
So this is one thing I want to say about the recruiting. I feel like it's a pro tool because it's putting SWAC and HBCU on the map in regards to national spotlight.
Right.
But I feel like it's a con because I feel like players that would normally get a chance to go to Jackson State, that's gone. Like any of the smaller recruits or this locally around here that's in like a small town, either they're going to have to resort to another HBCU, which is not Jackson State, or they might have to go to JUCO and play their tail off in JUCO to actually get notoriety. So, like, it's a pro and a con. It's like, if you think about the bigger picture, yeah, let's go to the top. But I just kind of feel sorry for guys that's in smaller markets in regards to high school that's not going to get that chance. What, I got a question. What high school did Javancy go to?
Noxubee County.
Okay, and they was like 1, 2, 3A maybe.
I think they was 1A, 1 or 2.
Okay, so think about a person like Javancy. When he was playing, he was a NFL ready linebacker when he was playing.
Yeah,
I don't feel like with Deion Sanders as coach, he come to Jackson State because of the small market and what was his. He probably didn't even have a star like.
I don't know, but let him tell it because I met him. We was in Summer Bridge together.
Yeah.
So I heard him talking about how he was getting recruited by SEC schools and like top level schools. I think he said he had lunch with Nick Saban and shit like that. So
okay,
he was getting looked at.
Okay. Now
why he chose to come here, I don't know. Maybe it was a thing of he got a full ride to come here and the partial to go somewhere else. So he picked the full ride. You know, I don't know why he chose to come here, but according to him, he was getting looked at least. So I don't know what his rating was.
Okay. But like, let's just say if that's the case, he got a full ride here. I don't feel like
at the most I'd say a 3-star.
Okay, so like instead of full ride, I probably would have done partial with Deion here, or probably a no look at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was good, so he was gonna get picked up by somebody. So, but that's just something I was thinking about. Like it's a pro and a con. Like the smaller guys, like I be talking to guys that play football, they not getting looked at. Like,
here's the thing though, if you good, you gonna be able to play. So again, if you got to develop, you can go to a JUCO and develop, or if you got to go to Valley, if you want to develop for a couple of years, you can do that. You can transfer over. But if you're good, you're gonna play.
Yeah.
And so that part won't even really matter. Like I said, now instead of just running, regular ass talent, we actually getting good talent.
Yeah.
So it's like, overall, that's gonna help the program and it's gonna help our city. Cause you saw what they say Jackson made between $30 and $50 million just off Jackson State alone. Like the whole city.
Like I said, it's big. I just hate that. Like I don't want majority of a Jackson State football team to be people from other states. That's all.
I mean, it's like that already for the most part.
Any like top program outside of any top program that's outside of the states that you usually look for as far as high school talent, they're gonna have a bunch of players from out of state.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Alabama get a bunch of Texas motherfuckers.
Right. It's gonna be Texas, Florida, California, all over.
A lot of
niggas coming from like Hawaii and shit.
Yeah.
A lot of our actual like recruits from Mississippi are going other places too though. Like they're not even staying here even now.
Yeah.
Because I think we had like the number one linebacker. He went to Georgia. The number 2. Then this is nation. Number 1 linebacker in the nation. The number 2 running back in the nation. I think he was. He might be number 3. He also went to Bama. So, I mean, the top of the recruits in Mississippi are leaving Mississippi.
Yeah,
when
we had Cam Akers, Cam was ranked number 1 or 2 in the country, wasn't it? At one point.
He was up there. He
was
for sure number 1 in the state.
Yeah, he definitely number 1 in the state. And he went to Florida.
Yeah.
FSU. So it's like they not, you're not guaranteed to get just because you from their state that they gonna come there. And you gotta think about it. I could choose Mississippi or California, Mississippi or Florida, Mississippi or Georgia, Mississippi or Alabama. Because Alabama got a great program.
Yeah, Alabama.
Yeah,
Auburn and
Tuscaloosa.
Alabama. Yeah,
it's gonna say that Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Because I was like Mississippi is Alabama backwards. Goddamn it.
So you also got to factor that in too. Like where I can go to school at. Hell, if I can go to school in Hawaii for school, why wouldn't I? If it was a great program and it was fun to live, why wouldn't I do that?
All the Hawaiian.
But they say it's neither of those things.
All the Hawaiian rolls.
Well, at least with the program. The program is trash.
Give me a scholarship to Tulane. Fuck all that.
I like Tulane. It's in New Orleans though.
Yeah, I take it.
So
Harvard of the South.
it was a lot of rumors saying that Deion paid the guy. It was a lot of backlash saying that this guy made a bad decision. You want to play the clip, Arthur? Or you can give me the phone, I'll pull it up. But what's the guy name with the podcast?
Doug Gottlieb.
He
Gottlieb, whoever his name is.
Let me see what this thing play. Can y'all hear that? Let me
Tap the,
I thought I did.
especially the ones in the state of Texas, they would like to get, and he may well become the next head
I'm finna play it.
coach at Florida State, which time he would probably take Travis Hunter. We have people, and I tweeted this out, that Twitter is celebrating a kid making an obvious mistake. Twitter is celebrating a kid making an obvious mistake is hilarious.
Damn.
Hey, Deion Sanders can celebrate Jackson State and try and build a historically black college and university into a power, but the reality is he wanted the TCU job. He is interviewed for just about every job, especially the ones in the state of Texas they would like to get, and he may well become the next head coach at Florida State, which time he would probably take Travis Hunter. We have people, and I tweeted this out, that you have a kid who's from Georgia, could go to Georgia, an incredible top 25 public institution, or go to Florida State, which is a top 50 public institution, right? Both are amazing schools. Both have gigantic alumni bases. Both are historically significant football programs. But he chose Deion Sanders. And look, if you're a cornerback and Deion Sanders, if you just take emotions out of it, or the desire for people to see HBCUs succeed, and you just deal with actual logic, right? You have a kid who's from Georgia, could go to Georgia, an incredible top 25 public institution.
But yeah, that was the gist of the clip.
I was waiting to hear what was his real point, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was waiting on that.
Well, like this: if I'm playing, if I was on his side, I would say the only point he made was if you take emotion out of it, and I'm not on the side, y'all, by the way. But if you take the emotion out of it, and you take the fact that it is a HBCU, and if you going by from history of the last 20 plus years of what's been successful formula to go to the NFL, you would choose a Power 5 school if you had the opportunity to. It'd be all right.
Damn, big dog.
But yeah, you would.
Yeah, I hear fumbling like that Sanders boy.
Cause you might have to hold that mug. I could pause it for technical difficulties.
We're going to take a short commercial break and hear from our sponsors. Who we got for the sponsor today, man?
Today, Tapped in Reviews. You good, good? Make sure y'all subscribe to Tapped in Reviews, and make sure you subscribe to UNCORK'D the podcast, where we drop episodes every Wednesday. Make sure you leave a review on the Apple Podcast app, any reviews on the Spotify app. Make sure you leave a comment if you don't agree with something that we're talking about on the podcast.
Please.
You good, good? Do a little mic test real quick.
Mic check, Chicky. Chicky, 1, 2, 3.
You good, man?
But yeah, had some technical difficulties, but we back. What was I saying?
You was playing devil's advocate.
Oh, yeah. So throughout history, the formula has been go to a power. If you got an opportunity to go to a Power 5 school, do your 1 or 2 years and get up out of there. No high recruits were going to HBCUs because they weren't getting looked at. So if I'm playing devil's advocate to him, technically it is a quote unquote dumb decision. If I'm playing devil's advocate, I don't agree with what he's saying, but that's. If he was making a point, I feel like that's the point he was trying to make.
So here's the thing, though. So the reason you went to Power 5 school, of course, you got better athletic facilities, better coaching, all that kind of stuff. But here's
And exposure.
and exposure. Now you're gonna get the same exposure because you on the Deion Sanders. He's getting the same exposure. The athletics facility is slowly upgrading, so you're still gonna be able to do that. The only thing different is it's no real. What's the word to say? There's no real difference now because you can get paid and still get your exposure. Now the conference might not be as strong, but if you're good at what you do, you're gonna survive regardless.
This is true.
Like I said, NFL scouts don't necessarily say, "Oh, if he a linebacker, just because he played in a sweat school, he can't tackle, he can't read coverages, he can't run."
You finna say something, Wednesday?
No, I was just listening.
But they might, because they might say, like, let's use Isaiah Thomas for instance. You're dropping 60 in these little leagues. Then he came to the G League and dropped how many? With like
40 something.
40 something. And then when he came back to the NBA for his first night, we dropped 19, I think.
The first night? I don't
I
know.
think like
First
20,
night, 19.
24, something like that.
It was 19 first night.
Yeah, 19 when he played for the Lakers. So they might look at it like, okay, this ain't Power 5 SEC talent that he tackling or catching against. He tackling and going against HBC, well, I ain't gonna say SWAC and MEAC talent as opposed. So they can make that argument. So they might not rate him as high just because they don't feel like the talent. And you gotta think about it, we black too. But I mean, if they trying to do something, they'll do that to tear them down. But if they doing something to benefit them, they gonna give who they.
I mean, get. Like, so his position is one that survives in the NFL for a very long time. So regardless of where he comes in, yeah, he's gonna leave some money on the table as far as his draft
stock,
draft stock or whatnot. But like every time somebody say something about an NFL contract, the second contract is when you get paid. So once he come in and whatever he get drafted at, he's gonna play. He's probably gonna start. I don't know. I don't really know about that. But
and now you can get paid for being in college for your likeness. It don't even matter.
Yeah, and so like his talent's gonna show once he gets in the NFL and once he starts to lock down people and whatnot. So he's gonna get his money back, and he's gonna get the notoriety that he deserves or whatnot. So I'm not really too concerned about his future. Because if he's good like they say he is, he's going to make it. He's going to be successful.
And as far as the exposure, again, how many times you don't watch First Take or something in the morning and Deion Sanders is on there talking about Jackson State compared to the last 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, what did they play in, did they air it on ABC or?
It was ABC.
It was, I mean, they got aired on ABC, that championship game, so sold out arena.
Sold out arena.
Mean, like, the exposure's there.
Yeah.
So,
how you feel about it, Zay?
About what Buddy said?
Yeah.
I mean, to your point, if you playing devil's advocate, I mean, I guess. But they've been saying for years when it comes to the NFL, if you can ball, they gonna find you. And to piggyback off Corbin, we've been getting hella exposure this past year alone.
Yeah.
Since Deion became a coach. So you gonna get seen. If you come here and ball, shit, it don't matter. And you getting paid. You might not be getting paid as much if you would have went to Florida State or somewhere else. But it depends on what you do.
His coach is Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
But his coach is Deion Sanders. And then when it comes to the draft, like I was talking to a dude at work, and he was like, Deion got every coach number in his phone. Mm-hmm. Damn near every coach. Cool with a lot of owners. All he got to say is, hey, look, I got a kid that can ball, blah, blah, blah. Just give him a look. And that's your shot right there.
To be honest, I don't even think he has to say that. Like, they probably already watching.
Right.
So.
He just did that on First Take the other day. The guy that's playing basketball and football for Jackson State. What's his name? Malachi? Yeah. He shouted him out on First Take. And he said the exact same thing. He was like, he basically put a plug in, like, this cat is special. He can do both. He said, so y'all NBA scouts need to start watching. And he said that.
I done seen his basketball highlights. He can hoop.
So yeah, that's big. Sound like, I mean, it's like I would have made the same decision because back in the day, back when, Walter Payton and Jerry Rice and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's all only option we had was HBCUs. So I just hope it eventually trends back that way because like I have nothing against PWIs at all, but why not bring our black talent to what was made for us originally? So that's my thoughts on it.
But since 2020, you've noticed there's been a lot more black ex-athletes going back to schools and doing stuff now. So you had Penny Hardaway in Memphis, basketball. You got Eddie George with TSU. What's that? Hugh Jackson
And Grambling.
And Grambling. It's like you got all these people that's starting to come back now. And then, of course, with Deion, it's like you finna see a trend that's heading in the next couple of years. There's going to be a lot more people coming back to us. And eventually, we might not get on the SEC level for 10, 15 years, but it's going the overall conference of the SWAC and NBA is going to rise up because you're going to get more talent now.
Yeah.
People starting to realize you can create a whole legacy. You can't really create a legacy nowhere else. Like you said, some of these places, these schools got coaches 15, 20 years, 50 plus years they've been coaching. So like you're not really going to create a legacy versus if you go to a Valley or a TSU and you make it a powerhouse or, anything like that. Like I said, so now you got more opportunity now to actually leave a mark on the world and still get your notoriety.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a trend going forward. And like I said, it just helps everybody else out. Like I said, if you can even the playing field, I mean, it's better for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Supposed to be.
I think the same thing that's going to get these players coming back is the same thing that made the white coaches and the white team start going after them. The whole reason that they started letting black players go to these schools is because black schools was beating their ass. So now, if you can show that a HBCU can beat a Power 5 school, beat them convincingly, then it's like, well, shit, you can't say they not playing against such and such talent because they beat them niggas.
Yeah.
So now I can for sure go to a HBCU and
I'm still gonna keep my paid on my likeness.
And it's coming. It's coming.
And I'm glad Deion came because I feel like him out of all people can really make that transition progress because it was already starting before he came to Jackson State with some of the basketball players choosing to go to HBCUs.
Yeah.
And I just because him with his personality and charisma and his resume of being a Hall of Famer and playing two sports and being prime time, like he the perfect person to really like be the person to the conductor of the train, pretty much. So
let me ask y'all this: since we got Deion and now we got the number one recruit, how does this help Jackson going forward, the city itself? What you think it's gonna do for the actual city?
Man, a lot more people gonna come back, bring in a lot more money. Hopefully that money is transferred to projects to build and uplift, the city or whatnot, and renovate it. Hopefully that's what happens because I don't know, man. There's a lot of.
I'm gonna say this. I feel like, and this is something that really just came to my mind. In other big cities that have like prominent sports programs, I don't feel like the crime rate gonna change at all. To be honest,
it's already bad.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to improve. If it do, it might be a little bit. But I feel like in other cities, you have so many other things that's in the spotlight. Sometimes that crime rate don't get looked at as much. So, like, use us, for instance. If Jackson starts to, like, rebuild and become Jackson again, Jacktown Classix, I feel like that crime rate, it still might be relatively the same or go down a little bit, but I feel like that exposure to the crime rate won't be the main reason why we in the news. I feel like
once you bring in all these different things, money will come and that will be allocated to the police force. So more money to the police force mean more officers on the streets doing what they got to do to protect the city. So the crime rate will go down. You just gotta first get the capital to start it. The finance, I should say. So
Like saying in between Just State getting all this money. I'm sorry, Jackson getting all this money just from Just State people. They said they made $15 million homecoming weekend. Or it was some asinine just from homecoming weekend that the whole city generated. And you're not thinking about how every hotel in Jackson was booked. So people had to go to Pearl, had to go to Ridgeland, had to go to Madison, had to go to Flowood just to get hotels.
Yeah.
So they made them money as well. Like I said, so if they can just constantly do this, Jackson can get their bread up. Like Arthur said, actually hire some police force, and then hopefully crime goes down some. Because the more presence you have police officers, the less likely people just doing shootings on interstates and shit.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So it's getting out of hand. But the whole point of like Jack State in general with Deion and hell getting the number one recruit is like we're gonna get a lot more exposure in other ways. People are gonna come here and spend money on us just to do business with us. Like that's some Jackson shit we do. Like, hey, we got Deion. You want to come down here and shoot a commercial with Deion? You gotta help the city out. What the hell? Even if you just pave a pothole or two, you know, to help the city out. You know what I mean?
20.
look, we would name that pothole after you, bro.
Right.
We're gonna be like dominoes.
Right. Like I said, just more money that comes in, it's better for everybody, man. Like I said, gives the city more shit to do. Like you said, people are gonna come here now. Celebrities are gonna come here a lot more because everybody mess with Deion and see what he's trying to do for the community and whatnot. So you're gonna get a lot of money and you're gonna get a lot of exposure. You just gotta hope this goes in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
What you thinking, Zay?
I'm thinking it's gonna be as long as he here, the money gonna come.
Yeah.
Right.
Then the money, like you said, is gonna translate to jobs, which would be along with the police. So it's just gonna. I think he's gonna get the ball rolling. Well, he's gotten the ball rolling on getting the city, I guess you could say, back to what it once was.
Yeah.
But hopefully he can stay here long enough to get it past that.
To a sustainable.
Yeah,
At least till
so
the
that when
next
he
person take
leave,
over.
this shit don't just go back to what it is.
You know what? And since you said that, this is gonna lead to something else. I feel like when Deion initially took the job, his plans were to possibly, go coach for, Florida State or wherever he could get one of those big school jobs, right? I feel like once he got here and just seeing how the community embraced him and the impact that he has made so far, I feel like, and this is just my opinion, I don't know if it's true or not, his mind probably done changed. I feel like he's seeing the good that's coming from here.
Yeah, man.
Not saying he probably gonna stay here, but
Stole that man boombox when you first got here, bro.
but you got, stuff like that has to happen so you know it's real.
But you
Yeah,
can,
nah,
but you
nigga,
can,
that's gonna happen anyway.
you can have different motives. In
Bring my
fact,
boombox back.
you can have different motives. So you can come and say, hey, I'm going to do well for a couple of years here and then move up on the world. Go get a job that I really want. And you can also come with the intention and say, hey, while I'm here, I'm going to do everything in my power to make this school become better overall as far as academically and our football program and the community in general. You can have multiple motives. Like you said, so I'm not going to ever fault him. Hell, I don't care if Jack State was the only job he could have acquired. That man came here.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have to come to Jackson, Mississippi of all places.
I'm glad he came.
Yeah.
I just feel like if he had a timeline for when he wanted to go, I feel like it might have changed it because he's seen like the impact. Because he don't need the job. Like, and that's one thing about it. Like, when you got somebody in a position that don't need it, they doing it because they really want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
He's different. That man here to actually do something. Like I said, he ain't just talking.
One thing he changed his mind about, I don't know if y'all caught it, but before he even got the job, he was talking about with the combine, they need to have a separate combine for HBCU players. But now he's saying since he done been here and he done seen the talent that we got and the talent from the other schools, it's like, hell, this NFL talent we got already. We don't need a separate combine. Just add a couple more slots and let them go to the regular
And
combine.
I feel like his thought process behind it was because like he on the outside looking in and seeing that these HBCUs wasn't getting the opportunities as the big schools, and it just felt like they were less talented just because they weren't getting the spotlight. But like you say, since he's seen, then you know.
Hopefully, stay long enough till we get our new stadium. Once we get that stadium, then he can leave.
Why? Don't leave.
Hell no, man. Build that
I
stadium
don't
up,
want
bro.
to
We'll
leave,
win.
but hey,
man,
we
with
need that.
banners.
We need that stadium, though.
But I feel like
man.
if he really create this into a back to how Jackson State used to be back in the day, or just like create this, why would he leave? He building a dynasty. Now you finna have, because I mean, think about how long Nick Saban been coaching where he coach at.
He been in
Been
Bama
a
since
good minute,
what 2009 maybe I think.
something like that.
So
Maybe like 07.
okay, so think about it. Like he's continued to build a legacy. Nick Saban ain't finna go nowhere.
he getting paid big bucks too.
He just
But
made his contract. I think.
at this point, he don't need the money.
No, he don't.
But I mean, to a certain extent, legacy and power and respect plays a factor. And I feel like that's what that's what motivates them. I feel like once Deion start getting that, I feel like that's gonna be,
It's gonna make him want to stay because you know he's doing something good.
Yeah.
And he leaving a legacy.
I
behind.
mean, and the more money he bring in, the more money he'll be able to get too. Because but it's
Because I can't imagine him going to any restaurant in Jackson and they charging him for it.
Oh, man.
they need their ass beat.
Right.
That man go in there and get $200 worth of food right now. Goddamn it.
walked
But I
out,
say
bro.
nothing to him.
Soon they said that'll be. Yeah, I would walked out, bro. Get out of here, man.
I mean, okay, it all depends because yes and no. Because if I'm a business and I'm a struggling business, well, the young exposure would definitely help. So don't mind.
I'm about to say,
Scratch what I'm saying.
about to say,
I mean, it's a business decision, bro.
Just either take a picture.
I'll pay
or
that
video.
nigga to come to tap their reviews.
Can we?
I ain't got enough money.
Damn, how much you charging?
Hey,
bro?
just slide his DM
In the
and just
pen.
ask him like, hey, see what he say.
I'm gonna say, hey, big kid.
Yeah. What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Wouldn't that be random?
Hey, I do have a question for y'all, man. Like, who would be a Deion Sanders for y'all basketball team? Like, who y'all want to come here and essentially do the same thing? I was thinking like a AI maybe, but I don't think he really that good at coaching other people.
But you might not have to be good. You probably just got to surround yourself with the right people. Which some
Yeah, that's true too.
James swear up and down that Deion can't coach worth a damn.
Only reason I say he can coach because they suck in the first half, but that third quarter is when they always turn it on. But his last previous game at the conference bowl, they was already behind too much by the time the third quarter even came. So I feel like he can coach. But as far as like who will be our basketball person, Deion is a top 5 NFL in top 5 football player of all time.
And top 5 personality too. Don't forget that.
So we'll have to think it'll be like Magic Johnson coming here and saying he wanted, to coach Jackson State basketball.
Yeah.
That will, again, as far as charisma.
Or Shaq.
Yeah, as far as charisma and actual talent, and like those will be the people that you have to consider. Hell, I'd take anybody if they gonna come here. It's gonna bring us recruits.
Yeah. Right.
Hell, like I said, what's the guy that went to Howard? McCool, Maker, whatever his name is. He was the number 1 player in the country. And he went to Howard. Third Maker, little brother.
If I'm gonna make a comparison, because Deion he been coaching for ever.
Yeah.
It's just not on the college level. So if I'm gonna make a comparison to somebody who got college experience, I'm gonna say either like a Penny, or like
Penny.
I think Gary Payton coaching somewhere.
Yeah.
So somebody like that. But if you just trying to just get a nigga with a big name, I mean, hell, it don't matter at that point.
But yeah, I'm gonna say Shaq. I mean, why would he come here? I don't know. But
I can't even picture Shaq coaching.
but at the same time, Shaq is that
Run
type of
suicides.
person. It's like, damn, Shaq my coach, and then he gonna have his entourage with people with coaching experience. He gonna bring recruits just because he's Shaq, and talent really matters when it comes to basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can literally have one great player that can change a whole team. So
And think about our conference in basketball. If you win enough in the SWAC head, you actually make the
Sweet 16.
Yeah, you can make it.
You gotta win that championship.
Yeah, so you win that game, you can actually go all the way to the end. But in football, it's just different in different conferences and whatnot. But basketball it don't matter. It just shows you that if you good at basketball, no matter where you are, you good.
Yeah.
That's just it. Steph Curry went to Davidson. And now he the best shooter of all time.
But the team we got now, they ain't no holding. Them niggas.
Yeah, but we like
they
five.
doing their thing.
We like 500.
Yeah, but we playing a bunch of non-conference games. Yeah. And the games we losing, I think, except for a couple, they been close. Like they lost a close game to Drake, which is a decent school when it comes to basketball.
I don't know nothing about Drake. The rapper? Drake.
Do right and kill everything. Shout out to the girl. One of the girls that beat the shit out of
They beat
South Carolina State.
They beat them niggas by like 60.
They got our revenge.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they was after the game.
We had to leave it to the women.
Yeah,
It was like the next day, I think.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good for them, bro.
They beat the shit out of them girls.
Yeah,
They woke up and said, "I'm pussy."
I'm gonna get my little sister, and little sister bigger than the big sister. But y'all, I guess we'll wrap this episode up, man. I appreciate y'all for listening.
Damn, I can't talk about bitches. I thought y'all was going.
Listen, we got time,
I thought y'all was going.
but
It'll be the teaser.
Don't call them bitches, man.
we listen. We gonna talk about bitches just for you. But we gonna do it on another episode.
All right.
We probably gonna record it today. But make sure y'all check out Jacktown Classix. Subscribe to their podcast. I watch them every week whenever he decide to drop it.
Thursdays at 12. Even though we finna start finna do some rescheduling.
Yeah.
But deleted scenes come out Monday at 12 p.m. As of right now, the episodes come out on Thursday at 12 p.m. But like I say, it's gonna switch up.
Yeah. Definitely check out that. Of course, comment, like our stuff is definitely gonna help.
Please.
Other people see us.
Man, like, subscribe, comment. We giving out a free.
If you
encore.
fuck with any of us, like, comment, subscribe.
like a subscriber.
I'm sorry we didn't have Drastic on this episode, but he'll be back soon. Definitely check out some of the other podcasts in the city. Check out Verbal Intercourse Podcast, Key to the City Podcast, The Brown Girl Element.
Views from the SIP.
Views from the SIP. Them my boys. Anybody I'm leaving out? Fox Cave Chronicles. That's about it. At Third Coast Radio. So we out this thing. Peace.